3, 2, 1. Activate.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RWA Rebirth Series 1. I'm your host as always, Anderson9132, and welcome to Heat B of the Rebirth. Last heat we saw Cassius 3 dominate everyone, flip everything out of the arena with no problem whatsoever. They defeated Hate, they defeated Shocker, and then they defeated fancy favourites Kayla 3 in the Heat final. Well done to them. This heat we've got some more machines ready to fight. Let's see who they are. So we have Star Rank Machine Fury going up against Spines. We've seen both those teams before. We've also seen Coopertron in the past. They're going up against No Safety, New Boys. We've seen Thor in the past as well as they're going up against New Boys Mole. And first, Firestorm the Star Rank Machine versus Veterans Behemoth. Let's get to the arena.
From Hertfordshire, Behemoth.
A bucket scoop and axe are the weapons of this big 100-gram monster. It's pretty fast at 12 centimeters per second as well. Watch out for Behemoth, they could do well.
From Durham, Firestone.
Long-time veterans of RWA's Armageddon. With that front hinge flipper, they managed to win a series in the past as well. Launch 95 has got more on this Herowat's past.
So Firestorm, the last time we saw them was in Series 9, where they managed to reach the Series semi-finals. They also are multiple-time Grand Finalists and also former champions. Can they replicate this success with this new version of Firestorm in this series?
Roboteers, stand by.
For me, it's going to be a question of who's got the lower ground clearance. Is it the front bucket scoop of Behemoth? Or is it that front wedge of Firestorm? Only time will tell.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, here we go with Heat B, and Behemoth is definitely low at the front, able to get underneath Firestorm and shove it into the CPZ with Katrina. Very good tactic there by Behemoth. They lifted them up, and now they flipped them up and over. Firestorm, can they self-right? Yes, 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 of course they can, with that powerful flipper. That was a good tactic by Behemoth, though, lifting Firestorm off the ground and driving them into the CPZ. Firestorm got underneath Behemoth there, but could not capitalise on it, because Behemoth did not situate himself onto the flipper. Behemoth once again flipping over Firestorm. Behemoth are on top here for me so far, and that's a surprise. But now Behemoth have been rolled over, but they can self-right using those self-righting arms as well. This is a good battle so far, isn't it? Good shove there by Firestorm, once again flipping over Behemoth. Behemoth now once again being toppled over, self-righting again, and again being rolled over. Great battle this, into the CPZ. That's where Katrina is located, and she's going to hit you hard with her flywheel. Oh, goodness me. Can Behemoth self-right? Yes, they can. Once again, Firestorm underneath those, shunting them now towards Malfunction CPZ, trying to get their front hinge but underneath Malfunction and flip it over. I don't think that's going to work really anytime soon. They're a big robot. It's a big robot, Malfunction. Now Behemoth coming in on the attack from behind on the Firestorm, lifting them up into the air once again, squeezing them against the sidewall. Firestorm managing to get away. Malfunction chasing Firestorm down. Great battle. Another good use of that tactic once again by Behemoth, lifting them up and shunting them along. Missing a slip of the scoop there. Firestorm rolling over Behemoth once again. This is a great battle. Who's going to win this one eventually? This could go to the judges. How will they decide on this one? Mark's going for control, damage and aggression, don't forget, in this series of RWA. Once again, Behemoth with a lift, and Firestorm nearly in the pit, right on the edge, right on the red edge of the pit there. Now Behemoth going towards the pit, but able to get away. This is a terrific fight. Over goes Firestorm once again. This has been fantastic stuff. Over goes Behemoth, but they self-right once again. Good control and aggression by both machines. Very good use of the weaponry as well. And now over goes Firestorm, thanks to Malfunction. Will that be decisive later on if it goes to a judge decision? Over goes Behemoth once again. Firestorm, This is too hard to call for me at the moment. Both robots very, very even, very, very equal. What a terrific fight. What a great start to this week's episode of RWA Rebirth. Over on their side goes Firestone once again. Can they get away from there? Yes, they can. Fantastic stuff. This is Behemoth once again lifting them and again nearly getting them in the pit, but being rolled over itself once again. This is terrific stuff. Could this go to the judges? Underneath Behemoth, Firestone being shunted though into the CPZ with malfunction. Down comes malfunction. I think they caught Behemoth there actually before finally getting Firestone. Firestone will need to get in underneath and get some key points, and they do underneath the front scope. But they couldn't quite do it. We're going to the final 10 seconds of this battle. Over goes Firestone once again, 3 more times. Have Behemoth done enough to win this, or is it Firestone's for the taking? We'll find out shortly. Oh, what a terrific battle that was. Both robots at a standoff. Who has won? Who goes through? It's Firestorm! Behemoth are out, Firestorm go through. And next up it's Thor versus the Mole.
From Lincolnshire, Thor.
Very powerful hammer on this one, double-ended. It's made out of Connect as well, so it's very solid, and it's going to hopefully do well.
From Dorset, Mole.
It is relatively slow at just 5 centimeters per second, but it has got that devastatingly deadly-looking earth drill which will churn up anything in its path.
Roboteers, stand by.
And Thor with that big heavy hammer. Looks good, doesn't it? And there's Mole with that deadly earth drill. Not too sure how effective that will be in battle.
2, 1, activate.
If I had to pick a favourite to win this, it would have to be Thor, mainly due to their success rate in previous series. As the judge in Series 28, they made it through to the Heat Final. Lost to Armbar, if I remember correctly. Very similar design to this, actually, the judge was, but they made out of Lego. And down comes that huge hammer onto the top of Mole. And Mole being pushed now towards Katrina's CPs. And now Katrina will smash Mole to pieces. It's made out of Lego. Very easy to destroy his Lego. And Thor just tenderising poor Mole, who haven't even had a chance here, really. Thor by far the fastest, 14 centimeters per second compared to 5 centimeters per second. It's 11 centimeters per second faster than Mole. It's also got the better push by the looks of things, and now pushing Mole towards malfunction CPZ, and now it's caught between the two heavy horrendous hammers, Thor's hammer and their axe. But now meanwhile Mole pushing back strong against Thor. Oh, look at that! Can you see the damage there? Did you see that? Look at that Mole! That drill managing to churn into the innards of poor Thor! And what a comeback that is! Down comes Thor's axe once again, that hammer really hitting hard, but the damage may have already been done to Thor. That earth drill able to get to the innards, the exposed innards, and could cause horrendous damage. I don't think Thor's working at full potential anymore. If it is, it's definitely gone down, isn't it? Oh! What a shot by Katrina! Flicking Thor over, Thor now on its side, and this battle has completely been turned on its head, and Mole have proven themselves a very effective design here. That drill is horrifically deadly and could very well make them go through here. Meanwhile, Thor on the verge of going down the pit, and they're in the pit. What a shock! What a comeback by Mole! Thor in the pit, and Mole go through to the Heat semi-finals. Well done there to Mole. Thor go out. Next up, Veterans Coopertron versus No Safety.
From Cornwall, No Safety.
It's very quick and armed with a very powerful front hinge flipping arm. However, it is pretty small and it's very lightweight, just 82 grams. Could prove to be fatal.
From Northumberland, Coopertron.
Long-time veterans of the wars, 99 grams and 18 centimeters per second, along with brute force. They once came third all the way back in Series 26 of the original series.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's no safety. Looks pretty impressive, but I don't like how light it is. And there's Coopertron. Now, is the ground clearance going to be too high on that, I wonder?
3, 2, 1, activate.
It should be a corker for battle this one, and immediately no safety, doing exactly what I thought might happen, exploiting the high ground clearance of Coopertron and flipping Coopertron up and over immediately. Now can Coopertron self-right from there? They have those side doors which they say open and say self-right the robot, but well, they don't seem to be working at the moment, do they? And I think that could be it already. Oh, don't tell me that's it already for Coopertron, the former third place. Doing a balancing act now, and no safety, just showing off really, and that was over far too quick. Oh dearie me, poor Coopertron didn't even get going there, and they're out. The house robots are coming in to dispose of the remnants. That has got to be the single most pathetic performance yet in RWA Rebirth. Oh, what a shame for the Coopertron boys. And now they're at the mercy of the house robots. Oh, they've been righted! They've been righted, now they can come in with that brute force that we've heard so much about, but it's all over for poor Coopertron. Flipped over again by no safety, as if it was nothing. And no safety have definitely impressed me, I tell you what. For such a small, lightweight robot, they could go far in this competition, you know. Katrina pushing the very, very heavy 99-gram Coopertron to the arena floor flipper! Flung through the air.
Cease.
They're finished. And no safety. Go through. Well, Coopertron are out. No safety. Go through to the next round. And next up, the star rank machine from the USA, Fury, versus Spines.
From Hampshire, Spines.
Some whacking, lifting, stabbing spikes. It's very quick at 20 centimeters per second, heavy at 100 grams. I don't like the high ground clearance though, especially against Fury.
From Missouri in the USA, Fury.
Very powerful flipper. It's fought in many series and is one of the most consistent machines of all time. Launch 95 has more information on this robot's history.
Fury has always been a powerhouse in the series of Robot Wars Armageddon, and it continues to do so here, entering its 4th competition, making 2 series semi-finals and 1 grand final. This robot has had a complete rebuild since those days though. Can Fury live up to its predecessors' expectations and perhaps deliver that elusive first title?
Roboteers, stand by.
Gotta wish luck to these guys. Although those spikes could prove a peril, but that ground clearance is just too risky for me. Fury with that powerful flipper should easily exploit it. A favourite of many to go far this
3,
one.
2, 1, activate.
And this battle is underway. Spines charging at Fury with no problem whatsoever. Fury getting underneath Spines and flipping it up into the air, exploiting that high ground clearance. I thought that would happen. Fury's flipper is very powerful. As it look at the air that Spines is managing to get just by going onto that flipper. And oh, but Fury have flipped themselves over now. Can they self-right? Spines making sure to take advantage. Fury in attempt to self-right is over-flipped. It's now none of them calm as CPZ. And that crusher can come in. Fury have managed to self-right though in spectacular style. And flip themselves again. And Spines once again coming in on the attack. Trying to come in. Oh, Fury are in the pit! I don't believe it! Fury are out already! The first time in their history they have failed to make it past the heats and they go out in the first round. They went to flip Spines, flipped themselves over, and then catastrophe! They flipped themselves into the pit. What a shock for Fury, and Spines goes through. Well done to them. Fury out. What a surprise that is. Spines go through to the next round, and they are going to face off against Mole. But first up, it's Firestone, the only star rank robot left in this heat, versus No Safety.
Roboteers, stand by.
No Safety Was relatively impressive in the last round with that front hinge flipper. Looks good. Firestorm though. Very experienced machine here, and one of the most well-driven machines of all time.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So one thing I like about this is that they're two front hinge flippers, so it should be interesting to see who is the best of the two. From the start of things, you would definitely think Firestorm, wouldn't you? With that good attack. Can No Safety self-right? Yes, they can. Remember, No Safety a lot lighter than Firestorm. That's got to be a disadvantage. A whole 12 grams lighter, can you believe? That's a ridiculous amount. Meanwhile, No Safety manages to get under the front of Firestorm, but not for long. Firestorm coming in once again on No Safety. No Safety once again being flipped up and over. No Safety have not even had a flip yet against Firestorm. Firestorm have been all over them like a bad rash. And now No Safety flipped up against the arena side wall. I don't like where they've landed there. They've landed in a very precarious position. Firestorm intended to get them out of the arena. Very nearly did so there. No Safety trying to self right and getting themselves stuck against the arena side wall. And that's a pretty unfortunate place to be in, especially when Firestorm is now going to leave you alone. I don't think they can get back from there, No Safety. I think they managed to pin themselves in and do themselves in here. And it looks like Firestorm's going to be making yet another series heat final. And now the house robots coming in. Brick slams in. Down comes Karma's Crusher, destroying the base of poor No Safety, being rammed into submission. And this is Firestorm's battle now. Onto the floor flipper goes No Safety. And through the air they go. Now they've landed on their wheels again. They're okay once again. But it's far too late for them. Oh, down comes Karma's crushing jaw. Right onto the top, bending the chassis out of place. In slams Brick as well. And Firestorm have made it through to yet another successful heat final. Out go No Safety, that's a shame for them. What a good battle that was though. Firestorm goes through where they will face either Mole or Spines. What a fight this should be.
Roboteers, stand by.
There, Spines with the stabbing spikes. Going up against Mole with that deadly earth drill.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Interesting fact about these two robots is both of them have got their locomotion exposed. With those exposed wheels on Spines and those exposed wheels on Mole. And Spines definitely trying to take advantage of those tracks, jabbing the spikes. And you see, oh, and they've lifted Mole over straight away. Look at that for an attack. Got straight in, underneath, plucked them over, and over went the Mole. And that could be it already now, I think, for the Mole. They have no streaming, and that's a shame. Oh, what a shot there by Katrina. As I was saying, that's such a shame for poor Mole. They've got such a great design. They won so well in the last battle, but it's over almost immediately here for them. And the house robots are coming in for the kill. There's Brick, and there's Katrina once again with that deadly spinning flywheel, trying to cause damage to the weaponry. In slams Brick. Something came flying off there. What are those? I'm not too sure. They must be, I think they're superficial only. In slams the big spinning flywheel of Katrina once again, trying to cause major damage to poor Mole, which, let's be honest, has been mullered here by the house robots. That's a shame really, because I like the look of Mole. I hope they come back again next time around. Mole are finished. Brick taking them to the drop zone, and something really heavy is going to land on them any second. Now down comes the Hurricane again. Ow.
Cease.
That's a hurt. And Spines go through to the heat final. Well done to them. Mole went down the molehill and they're out. Spines, they go through to the heat final. Well, they face off against the star-ranked Firestorm in what has got to be one heck of a heat final. I can't wait to see this one.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Spines. I'm again wondering if that high ground clearance will be fatal against Firestorm. That front hinge flipper has claimed many victims so far. Can it claim another one? Let's find out.
3, 2, 1, activate.
The only worry really here for Firestorm, in my opinion, is that Spines is actually an invertible robot. It cannot be flipped effectively. And the problem as well is due to its design, I don't think they can really beach it against the side walls. And Firestorm into Katrina's CP there. That was daft driving by them. Spines was able to get a cheap shot in there with those spikes. Down up goes Firestorm a little bit. As you can see, it has no effect really against Spines. And that's a problem there. Firestone have got to think of a way of managing to make that effective. Maybe driving towards the pit. They're running these Spines again here. Spines now trying to get underneath Firestorm, and doing so, getting those spikes underneath, pushing them towards Katrina once again. And now Firestorm being shunted around now towards Karma's CPZ. Spines is having a terrific fight here and giving Firestorm a go for their money, but they nearly went down the pit there. Bloomin' heck! Did you see how close they were going down the pit there? Spines have already taken out a star rank robot. Can they do it again here against Firestorm? Spines nearly in the pit once again. That was a good attack there by Firestorm. Firestorm coming in on the assault once again. Now Spines underneath Firestorm once more, pushing them towards Karma. This is a great battle here. Good back and forth action. Very, very close. Firestorm underneath Spines once again, though. I'd say Firestorm maybe just on top now. Oh, Firestorm nearly went down the pit there. That would have been a shock. And again, they nearly go down the pit once more. Get away from there, Firestorm. Goodness me. Now they're going after Katrina. In comes Spines once again with a good push. Oh, Firestorm have gone down the pit. I don't believe it. What a drive there by Spines. Look at this once again on the RWA replay. They got in behind. What a drive there by Spines. In behind. Good shove. Down go Firestorm. And Spines are through to the series semi-finals. Well done to them. Thank you very much for watching as usual. I've been Anderson9132 and we will see you next week.